doing today? I'm sorry. I just felt very tired the past couple days. I feel lazy, and I guess that's why I kept putting this review off. But I'll do it real quick before I go to bed. This is the Club of the Man 93. Here to talk about Raw last night. Very goofy show. There were some stuff I would say I enjoyed on this show. I just didn't bother to write in a grade for it yet. I'll figure it out after the show goes off the air, and I'll put my grade into the description box, of course. But I'm sorry. I just felt super lazy the past couple days, very tired, and I'm even surprised in this review right now. So let's talk about this show, and let's see what we got here. This week's episode of Raw, the June 15th episode, took place at the Performance Center. The Fallout show from Backlash. Randy Orton comes out, who won the main event on Sunday. No, it was not the greatest wrestling match of all time, but again, I give it credit that it actually was a really good match. He talked about his victory and how he knew Edge was never going to be the competitor he used to be, and how Edge reminded him of how it feels to be a legend killer, which is he was here so he could thank him. And it's not just because he punted him in the head or because he tore Edge's tricep clean off the bone. He knew at the moment it happened, he could have ended the match there, but Orton wanted to torture him, make it clear that his career was over. He knows Edge is in surgery right now, but he'll be cleared in July, I think in July of next month, but he goes, of 2029. And he'd be happy for them to cross their paths again. Christian then, surprised us and came out. He asked Orton what kind of man he thinks he is. He says he's cold, he's calculating, he's an SOB. Says Edge never quits, and he's not going to quit now, and Orton doesn't get a say in how his story ends. Orton can't believe that Christian would interrupt him. This isn't about him and never has been. He's just jealous of Edge, and he thinks he knows what he wants. One more match. Christian's like, no, absolutely not. He's just here to defend Edge. But Orton says he and Edge are the same. He knows he can't accept that. He knows he's not medically cleared, but he's got a way around that. Christian versus Orton unsanctioned tonight. And if Christian doesn't accept tonight, the offer expires and proves that we all know he's more than nothing but a coward. So a nice hook to start off this show. And one second. And definitely a good hook for us to get the idea of, is Christian going to get one more match, the one more chance? I don't think he's actually wrestled a match since he wrestled, I think his last match I believe he wrestled was back in 2014. I think for a chance for the Intercontinental Championship. I believe that's the last time he wrestled, from what I can remember. So that might have been it. Who knows? We have Angel Garza and Zelina Vega argue backstage. Vega says no arguments are happening in their group and nobody can cost them a match. Garza says he's just trying to help Andrade, but when you care deeply about something, you have to be willing to let it go. He can only imagine his heartbreak, but he knows he's going to get over it. They feel for Kevin Owens because yet again, Garza is going to have to prove that he's inferior. Garza then asks for a special post-match interview, and Almas rolls out to shake his hand and wish him luck, saying he hopes he can beat Owens, and if he doesn't, he gets over his disappointment. Kevin Owens and Angel Garza have a match, and of course, randomly, it just randomly, results in a random argument. Kevin Owens wins by pinfall at the stunner. I'm sorry, you can tell how out of it I am. The stunner, and once again, these two, Garza and Almas, are bickering. I don't get why they're fighting. I don't get why they're teasing the breakup. Again, it's just a shame after how both these guys had some solid maintained momentum for a while. And I don't know, just recently they're doing nothing but losing. And, yeah, it's like that their momentum's been lost. So, I don't know. And I still don't get why they randomly edited Garza's theme song. Like, why is it not as energetic? It's very so like instead of instead it just sounds so dumb. Anyway, so that happens. We get a recap of what happened with Lashley and MVP from Backlash. They're talking backstage. MVP promises he's going to get everything he's got coming to him on his word. Our interviewer rolls up, but they don't want to talk because they're too busy strategizing. MVP goes through his story. She should be reporting about Lashley getting cheated out of his victory. They go out to the ring, where MVP says that Lashley had his night ruined last night, and Drew McIntyre had the got lucky. Lana was thirsty for attention, and it's exclusively her fault that the WWE Championship isn't around Bobby's waist. And if Drew had any integrity, he would give him another match on the spot. But instead, he's hiding behind another man's wife. Out came Lana, who was like, it was Bobby's stupid idea to banish me from ringside, but he knows she'd never do anything to hurt him. She'd even put his career over here. She got divorced for him as well. MVP calls her a thought, and she tells him he's a snake who's trying to ruin their relationship. They continue to bicker back and forth, whatnot, blah, 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 blah. And Lashley says she's not capable of winning anything but likes on social media. He's sick and tired of putting their life out there just because she wanted to be famous. Lana calls him delusional and says, haha, you wanted to get famous off of her sex life. She would have had slept someone more famous like Drew. Once again, just showing how, much of an idiot Lana has become. And then Lashley says he wants a divorce. Surprised Lana didn't spaz out like she normally does, but that happens. Oh gosh. Then we have a recap of what happened with the Street Profits and the Viking Raiders. And they talk about backstage how they joined forces to face the enemy ninjas. And if ever the WWE threaten them again, the Viking Profits will continue to stay, on the same page. And then Akira Tozawa and his ninjas roll up, demanding a sequel. We have a random rematch with the Viking Profits and Akira Tozawa and some random ninjas. And the Viking Profits win with some squash. Afterwards, Tozawa and that big tall ninja get in the ring. And then Big Show shows up and takes out all the ninjas. Yet him and the big ninja don't even have a stare down. Okay, like what was the point of that? I don't know. Continues to be dumb, but who knows. Afterwards, Seth Rollins is backstage. He's going to deliver a message to the Mysterios in the ring later on tonight. Christian is backstage on the phone talking about how he knows all the risks involved here, doesn't know what he's going to do. And then Seth comes out. Basically, he had invited Rey Mysterio to the ring, but yet he's not technically medically cleared, but he just wanted to have a peaceful conversation and clear the air. The fact is, Rey is a hero, and he sacrificed himself for a greater good. But Rey declined the invitation and took the coward's way out. But apparently his son Dominic is on his way. Rey then interrupts through satellite, says don't worry about him right now, but he didn't know his son was heading to Raw until recently, and it's too late. He knows what Seth is capable of, so he's going to give him one warning. Rollins says he has no intention of hurting him. He just wants to help him, and he needs Rey's help for that, to encourage Dominic to join him, Murphy, and Theory. Rey calls him crazy and says his son will never join him, which gets Rollins to say he's left with few options. His men are going to find him and bring him here, but if Dominic isn't part of the solution, he's part of the problem. He's part of the problem, he must be sacrificed. Rey said if he or any of his goons touch his son, he'll end them. Seth heard him loud and clear, eye for an eye. But fortunately for Dominic, Rey doesn't make his decisions. He's got two roads to take. Either stand with him or not, pretty much. And either way, he wants to thank them until Dominic gets into the ring, blindsides him with a Northern Lariat, and then beats up Rollins until Murphy and Theory arrive. He basically plays a little bit of cat and mouse and somehow avoids them all and gets out there without getting hurt, and Rey show up on the Titantron relieved. Yeah, And Dominic looks like a legitimate wrestler. I don't know if I want to see his first match with Seth Rollins, though. That's the thing. I still don't think Dominic and Seth is the best first match for Dominic. I don't know. I still something that does not quite sit with me. But who knows? But I think we're probably gonna get something type of match eventually with that. Who knows? But interesting enough for sure. I would say. We have R-Truth brought up to Bobby Lashley and MVP to give his condolences for getting sent to Claymore County, but also he can't think of the word. He tells him his divorce also is a raw deal. Haha, it's funny because the name of the show. He's teaming with Drew later tonight and he's happy to back it up, and he runs off when they basically threaten to beat him up. He's like, uh-oh, I'm gone. So, Lashley and MVP find Truth, struggling under the ring, screaming about somebody trying to get his baby, and resorts to the ninja problems as McIntyre rolls up. MVP tells McIntyre he may have left with the title, but he doesn't see a championship, and he should worry less about protecting this clown and more about Lashley. And if Drew had any integrity, he put the title on the line, and Truth should put the 24/7 title on the line and make their tag match winner take all. Truth wants to do it, but McIntyre's resistant, but Lashley goads him into accepting their tag match being winner take all. We then have the Iconics taking on Liv Morgan and Natalya. Just some random thing wherever, again, is just teasing this obviously future heel turn from Natalya. And the Iconics win, and afterwards they pretty much call out Sasha and Bayley saying, we know you're back there, and they don't show up. Yet later in the show they did, and accept their challenge. Next week, if they beat Shotzi Blackheart, Tegan Nox on NXT, they will show up on Raw next week and challenge the Iconics to a match. I don't get why we couldn't just have this all in one segment or whatnot, but whatever. Downside of the show, but we had that. Backstage, we have Big Show talking to Christian. Says Orton wants an unsanctioned match so he can do whatever he wants, and he just wants Christian to be aware of the danger. The way he sees it, there's one or two ways to go about this. Either understand he could step back, or go into the ring and shut Orton's mouth. Christian's like, thank you, I know what I gotta do. Then backstage we have Natalya and Liv Morgan. Liv says it makes, Natty says it makes sense why Ruby let her go, and she says, and Liv walks off as she continues complaining about being humiliated by a division full of ingrates. Lana rolls up and says she was supposed to be married to the WWE champion now, but instead she got humiliated in front of the entire world. She gave her all the partnership and all she got was a divorce, and she's sick and tired of being blamed. And Natty says she gets it. Joy, so they're going to turn Natalya heel and put her with Lana. Yippee. Christian then pretty much accepts Orton's challenge. MVP pretty much talks up to Apollo Crews, starting to tease their partnership. Of course, the thing that bothers me, though, is the fact that they're saying how Apollo wants to be a fighting champion, if people are basically telling him to be a coward. I don't know how I feel about that. Yes, you can have, Apollo Crews and MVP, team up, but of course you can have, do these matches, because Apollo Crews would have a match against Shelton Benjamin and use the ropes to win the match, to continue to tease that slow heel turn. Okay, you can basically have him say yes, do whatever it takes to keep the championship, but he doesn't have to really back off and be a coward and choose his battles instead of just actually going out there and wanting to fight all the time and prove himself. I still don't quite get that. But Ric Flair and Charlotte Flair are backstage talking, which I don't get why Nature Boy was on the show. He got involved in the main event, but I don't get what it's going to lead to. But he's like, someone has to be getting under her skin, he says, but she says she does what she wants and woos him by way of an answer, pretty much. We have the match with Apollo and Shelton Benjamin. R-Truth was shadowboxed when Tozawa rolls up with some ninjas, including a referee ninja. They basically threaten to get his Jaden Smith on and kick all of them, and he runs off as McIntyre rolls up. Drew gives a talking to about their match seriously. He understands, no jokes, and they go to break because, of course, everything is on the line. Asuka's interviewed. She said Nia Jax start this fight, and she'll end it. R-Truth then apparently spoke to the powers that be, and the only title that we on the line tonight appearing now is the WWE title. But of course, McIntyre's not happy about that. He's okay now. So if you get pinned, I lose my championship. You keep yours. So that's what their match is made to. Then we basically have a segment backstage where the Viking Raiders and Street Profits are backstage, where Big Show basically says the best way to sell this is in the ring next week. Raw tag titles. About time someone mentioned it to them to just have a match in the ring and stop with all this stupid crap, pretty much. And again, I still don't get it. Why was Big Show even here tonight? Bobby Lashley, the MVP, took on Drew McIntyre and R-Truth, again with the WWE title on the line. And luckily they retained, but when McIntyre hit the Claymore on MVP, he let Truth tag in and let him get the pin. That way, he can get his comeuppance on MVP for calling him a clown. Which, I liked how they did that. But once again, somewhat pointless, because, now it's like, okay, but they lost his tag match. And why should Bobby Lashley still be under MVP's guidance if he lost him the title again? I don't know. It's weird. Just weird shit. Ric Flair had a chat with Christian backstage, knowing a thing or two about breaking retirements. He warns him not to get hurt, but Christian says he's not going to regret it and gets ready for his match. And we had that segment again where Sasha and Bayley pretty much accept the Iconics challenge. Then Asuka and Nia Jax have a match, and Asuka won with a schoolboy pin after Nia was about to get disqualified for pushing the referee, so Nia has no excuse to ask for another title match now. And I don't get why they couldn't just have this match at Backlash, but, we have to fill time. Randy Orton in his interview backstage, asking if Christian's a legend. Gets an affirmative answer and says he agrees. He says unsanctioned match, there's no rules, no regulations, and in a few short minutes, the legend Christian will be destroyed. And he was right because Ric Flair came out during the entrance for the unsanctioned match between Orton and Christian, and he says he's spoken to Edge, doesn't want the match to happen, but Christian says he has to do it. The bell rings, and then Flair low blows Christian, and then Orton then does the punt, and just like that, the match is over. Orton yells at Christian in the face, asking him, "Why did you come? This is your fault. This is your fault. I didn't want this to happen, but you made me do this." Goes off the air. So I guess no Orton for a while. Who knows? But that's going to do it, guys. Again, I'm sorry. I felt tired. I felt lazy today, and I just did this review. I can't think of that exact grade to give it, but I will. I'll think about it and then put the grade in, after the review. What's up, everybody? I heard about the stuff with the pandemic. The women's championship match was stupid. This makes no sense after Heyman's firing. The Raw tag team is a joke. There is even no tag team titles at this point. I feel like I don't know why Big Show was there, and yeah. So guys, I'm checking out. What are your thoughts on this? Probably give this about B- maybe, because there was actually some stuff I thought was good, but whatnot. Anyways, so what are your thoughts on the show? Put that down in the comment section below. Slap a like on the video. Subscribe or comment on my channel, and follow me on Twitter at DemandAirBoy93. I'm out. Have a good night. Peace out, everybody.